Right now, I'm going to leave you with the strongest girl I've ever met. Maya Hijazi, with her speech. Strong Maya.
Many people don't like to talk about their personal life. So they consider approaching it as the red line that cannot be crossed. But I'm here today to talk about my personal life and my experience after my parents' divorce. Yes, my parents' divorce. When my parents got divorced, I was in the 4th grade of a primary school. I remember this year very well. I remember my father when he brought his luggage and traveled far away. I still remember my mother features well. She was always worried and upset, talking the phone a lot, crying most of the time, and screaming at other time. She was always trying to get away from me, to prevent me from seeing or hearing Kitty crying, and asking me to look after my little sister, who was in the 1st grade at the time. But I was still able to hear her weeping secretly at night, which scared me so much. How can I see my mother in this case and leave her alone? Several months since we have been in this situation. My sister and I used to sleep in her bed at night. She used to hug us in her arm to try to comfort us when she literally needed someone to comfort her. She used to wake us early at morning to do school. Then go to work. I remember how she tried to appear strong, so we can be strong as her. But entering a school gate was something difficult for me to do every morning. How should I face my friend? How can I talk about my separated family? I don't want to see pity from anyone, especially my teacher. How will the photo of my family be taken when I get my certificate at the end of the year? Definitely, the picture will be incomplete. The picture will be sad. At the time, I hated going to school because my classmates used to whisper when he see me and came to ask me to hurt my feeling. What happened with your father? We saw a picture of him and his new wife in social media. Furthermore, the intention used to talk about their love for their father and the gift for father back to them in education. What hurt me more was the school parents meeting, which was like a nightmare for me, where all my classmates' parents were there, asking about their kids, laughing together, taking photo, except me. Why did this happen to us? Why did my parents separate? I don't want to see anyone. I don't want to go to school. I didn't want this life. Soon, things have changed. We left our house and left everything in it. I picked up my bag and some of my memories to went my grandmother's house. And here was a transformation of my mother, who threw herself between my grandmother's arms, who overwhelmed at her love and kindness. My mother sat faced her into face full of hope. She returned to smiling again. I start to recover little by little from my feeling anxiety. I got closer to my mother and opened my heart to her, as well as she did. She provided me with love, a trust, and a strength, which gave me the power to face my friends and colleagues and build my self-confidence. I have faced it through and accept that my parents' divorce is nothing to be ashamed of. I have changed. I have changed from little Maya and a strong Maya. Standing here today, in front of you, who doesn't care anymore what anyone would you say. The main factor behind this change was a great, strong woman sitting out there, my mom. Who supported me in every single moment in my life, and who taught me to work hard behind my back, and that I deserve to be happy. Day after day, I'm getting stronger and became more proud of myself. I'm not ashamed that my mother divorced someone. I don't care about the view of my friends or harsh view of society. The looks at divorced woman, I'd be weak, defeated, broken. The view of society made me retreat in my lesson, hate the school, and hate the situation I was born into. In fact, I'm not the only one of this world who suffered from parent separation. There are many of them. Some of them didn't overcome their crisis, and others were like me and overcame it. I have read a lot about what the children may face after separation of their parents. They may difficulty in controlling their feeling and accepting the decision of separation. So they are affected psychologically and emotionally. Some may think that their parents will stop loving them because they got separated. Furthermore, an effect socially such as becoming weak in communicating with others and unable to interact with a friend, and that around them because the negative feeling that remain attached to them. And it affects their educational and academic level due to their feeling of confusion, inability to focus on studies, and fear of their friend. There is no doubt that the decision of getting divorced is not any easy thing, especially for children. But we must sure the decision of getting divorced is not the end of the world, but rather should be beginning of a new life full of success, joy, and fulfillment of a dream. This is my story, which began feeling of fear and weakness, and it ended up with strength and hope. I would like to thank my mother, my dear grandmother, my school, my teacher, and everyone who honored us by attending this one kind event. Thank you all. And that they say, there is no life with despair and no despair with life. Thank you for listening.